Highway 52. Late afternoon sun turning everything gold. Marcus Webb drove his 15-year-old pickup toward home. Janitor's uniform still damp from mopping the high school gym. Radio played oldies. He hummed along, thinking about dinner. Spaghetti. Maybe garlic bread if he had butter left. Then he saw her. White dress. Middle of nowhere. Standing beside a silver sedan with its hood smoking. Marcus slowed. Pulled over. Got out. The woman turned. Young, maybe 25, makeup streaked with tears. Wedding dress covered in road dust. You okay, miss? Her voice shook. My car died. My wedding's in an hour. Downtown. St. Catherine's Church. I don't have service out here. Marcus checked his phone. No bars. He looked at her car. Steam rising from the engine. This thing's not going anywhere today. The woman's face crumbled. I can't miss my wedding. Derek's been planning this for 2 years. Everyone's waiting. Marcus looked at his truck. Bench seat. Fast food wrappers on the floor. Then he looked at her dress. 50 pounds of fabric and lace. Come on. I'll take you. What? I'll drive you. We got 45 minutes if traffic's good. She stared at him. At his worn uniform. His calloused hands. You'd do that? Can't leave a bride stranded. That's bad luck for everybody. Relief flooded her face. Thank you. God, thank you. I'm Vanessa. Marcus. Let's move. She gathered her dress, climbed into the passenger seat. Marcus swept the wrappers into a bag, started the engine. The truck coughed, sputtered, caught. They drove. Vanessa pulled down the visor mirror, tried to fix her makeup with shaking hands. This is insane. This morning was perfect. Hair, makeup, photos. Then my maid of honor got food poisoning. My mom's phone died. And now this. Marcus kept his eyes on the road. Wedding days are like that. Murphy's Law in a white dress. She laughed. Brittle but real. Were you married? 22 years. My wife passed 3 years ago. I'm sorry. Me too. But we had good years. That's what matters. Vanessa was quiet. Then what was her name? Patricia. Patty. She worked at the library. Loved mystery novels and terrible reality TV. Vanessa smiled. Sounds like she was wonderful. She was. They hit traffic. Construction. 1 lane. Cars backed up for a mile. Marcus checked the clock. 30 minutes. Vanessa's breathing quickened. We're not going to make it. Yes, we are. Marcus pulled onto the shoulder, drove past the stopped cars. A few honked. He ignored them. Is this legal? Today it is. Vanessa laughed again. Stronger this time. They cleared the construction. Marcus merged back, accelerated. The old truck rattled but held. Tell me about Derek, Marcus said. What's he like? Vanessa's face softened. He's a teacher. 4th grade. He's patient and kind, and he makes me laugh even when I'm furious. We met at a coffee shop. He spilled his latte on my laptop. Good start. I was so mad. But he apologized like 50 times and paid for the repairs and asked if he could buy me dinner to make up for it. I said yes because he looked so genuinely sorry. We've been together ever since. Marcus smiled. He sounds like a good man. He is. Her voice wavered. I just hope he's still there. He will be. Men like that don't leave. 15 minutes. Downtown skyline ahead. Traffic thickened again. Marcus took side streets. Alleys. Routes he'd learned from 30 years of janitorial shifts at different buildings. Shortcuts only locals knew. 10 minutes. St. Catherine's appeared. Old stone church. Gothic spires. Cars lining the street. Marcus pulled up to the entrance. 5 minutes to spare. Vanessa turned to him. Tears in her eyes. Real ones now. I don't know how to thank you. Go get married. That's thanks enough. She opened the door, gathered her dress. Wait, what's your last name? Webb. Marcus Webb. She smiled. I won't forget this, Mr. Webb. She ran up the steps. The church doors opened. Bridesmaids rushed out, swarmed her with relief and questions. Marcus watched until she disappeared inside. Then he drove away. He didn't expect to hear from her again. People said thank you and moved on. That was life. He'd done a good thing. That was enough. But 2 weeks later, an envelope arrived at his apartment. Thick, cream-colored paper. His name in elegant script. Inside, a handwritten note. Mr. Webb, you saved my wedding day. Words can't express my gratitude. Derek and I would like to invite you to dinner this Saturday at our home. Please come. It would mean the world to us. Vanessa and Derek Morrison. An address. A phone number. Marcus stared at the note. He hadn't been to anyone's home for dinner since Patty died. Hadn't wanted to. Felt like moving on meant forgetting. But something about the invitation felt right. Saturday evening, Marcus drove to the address. Nice neighborhood. Tree-lined streets. Houses with porches and gardens. Not mansions, but comfortable. Cared for. He parked, walked to the door. Rang the bell. Derek answered. Tall, brown hair, warm smile. You must be Marcus. Come in. Vanessa's told me everything. Inside smelled like roasted chicken and fresh bread. The house was small but cozy. Books everywhere. Photos on the walls. A home where people actually lived. Vanessa appeared from the kitchen. Jeans and a sweater. Hair in a ponytail. She looked younger. Happier. Mr. Webb. She hugged him. Quick. Genuine. Thank you for coming. They ate in the dining room. Roasted chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans. Homemade rolls. Marcus couldn't remember the last time he'd had a meal like this. Derek poured wine. So Vanessa tells me you drove like a man possessed to get her there on time. Marcus smiled. Truck's got some life left in it. They laughed. The conversation flowed. Derek talked about his students. Vanessa worked in graphic design. They asked about Marcus. His job, his life, his wife. He found himself talking. Really talking. About Patty. About how quiet the apartment was now. About how work filled the days but not the emptiness. Vanessa and Derek listened. Didn't offer empty platitudes. Just listened. After dinner, Derek cleared his throat. Marcus, we wanted to do something for you. To say thank you properly. You already did. This meal. This company. It's more than enough. Derek and Vanessa exchanged glances. We know you work as a janitor, Derek said. At Lincoln High School. Marcus nodded. 28 years there. Do you like it? Honest answer? Pays the bills. Keeps me busy. But it's hard on my knees. My back. Some days I wonder how much longer I can do it. Vanessa leaned forward. What would you do if you could do anything? Marcus laughed. That's a big question. We're serious. He thought. No one had asked him that in years. I used to paint. Before Patty got sick. Landscapes mostly. Nothing fancy. But I liked it. Made me feel like I was making something instead of just cleaning up after people. Vanessa's eyes lit up. Do you still paint? Haven't in 3 years. Sold my supplies when Patty's medical bills piled up. Silence. Derek spoke carefully. Marcus, Vanessa and I have been talking. We want to help you. Really help you. You already have. No. Derek pulled out a folder. We've set up something. A fund. For you. Marcus frowned. I don't need charity. It's not charity. Vanessa's voice was firm. You saved our wedding. Our marriage started because of your kindness. We want to give you a chance to start something new. Derek opened the folder. We've contacted the school district. You're eligible for early retirement. Pension isn't much, but it's something. We've also spoken with a friend who owns an art supply store. He's willing to donate materials. And we found a community center that offers free studio space for local artists. Marcus stared at the papers. I don't understand. We're giving you a year, Vanessa said. A year to paint. To see if it's something you can build on. No strings. No expectations. Just time and space to create. Marcus's throat tightened. I can't accept this. Why not? Because you don't owe me anything. I helped because it was the right thing to do. Derek leaned back. My dad died when I was 12. Heart attack. Sudden. We were at a park. A stranger, a nurse, did CPR until the ambulance came. She stayed with us at the hospital. Sat with my mom. She didn't have to, but she did. He paused. I never forgot that. How one person's kindness held us together on the worst day of our lives. When Vanessa told me what you did, I thought, here's a chance to pay it forward. To be that person for someone else. Vanessa added, you gave us our wedding day. Let us give you something back. Marcus looked at the folder, at the papers, at the hope in their faces. He thought about the high school gym, the mop, the aching knees, the empty apartment. He thought about Patty, how she used to watch him paint, how she'd say, you've got a gift, Marcus. Don't waste it. Okay, he said quietly. Okay, I'll try. Vanessa smiled. Derek reached across the table, shook his hand. 3 months later, Marcus stood in a community center studio. North-facing windows, good light, easel in the corner, paints organized on a table, brushes soaking in jars. He'd retired from the high school. They'd thrown him a small party. Cake, a plaque, handshakes. Now he painted. At first, his hands felt clumsy. Out of practice. The colors didn't mix right. The proportions were off. But slowly it came back. Muscle memory. The way light hit water. The curve of a hillside. The texture of bark. He painted mornings. 5 hours. Then lunch. Then he'd walk. Observe. Sketch. Evenings he'd cook. Simple meals. Sometimes he'd call Derek and Vanessa. They'd meet for coffee. Talk about art, teaching, design. They'd become friends. Real friends. 6 months in, Marcus finished his first serious piece. A landscape. The highway where he'd found Vanessa. Sunset. Gold light. A white dress in the distance. He titled it The Bride. Vanessa cried when she saw it. It's beautiful. It's yours, Marcus said. If you want it. She hung it in their living room. 8 months in, Marcus entered a local art show. Community event. Nothing major, but real. He submitted 3 pieces. Landscapes. Portraits. A still life of Patty's reading glasses on an open book. 2 weeks later, he got a call. He'd won second place. $500 prize. And a gallery wanted to feature his work in a group show. Marcus stood in his studio, phone in hand, staring at the paintings. Patty, he whispered. We did it. The gallery show opened on a Friday. Small venue. Exposed brick. Good lighting. 20 artists. Marcus's work hung in the back corner. For pieces. Derek and Vanessa came. Dressed up. Proud. Other people came too. Neighbors. People from the community center. A few former colleagues from the high school. A woman in her 60s stopped in front of the bride. Studied it. Turned to Marcus. You painted this? Yes, ma'am. It's extraordinary. The light. The emotion. She extended her hand. I'm Helen Cortez. I run a gallery downtown. I'd like to talk to you about a solo show. Marcus blinked. A solo show? Your work has something. Authenticity. Heart. People respond to that. She handed him a card. Call me next week. Let's discuss details. After she left, Marcus stood very still. Vanessa appeared beside him. You okay? He nodded. Can't speak. Can't process. Derek clapped his shoulder. Told you this was just the beginning. 1 year after the highway, Marcus stood in Helen Cortez's gallery. His name on the wall. Marcus Webb, New Landscapes. 20 paintings. A year's worth of work. Priced between $800 and $3,000. The opening night was packed. People Marcus didn't know. Collectors. Critics. Students. Vanessa and Derek stood near the entrance. Greeting people. Proud. Marcus wore a suit. Borrowed from Derek. Too big in the waist, but it worked. A man approached. 50s. Expensive watch. I'd like to purchase 3 of your pieces. Marcus's heart hammered. Which ones? The man pointed. The Highway series. All 3. I'll pay asking price. By the end of the night, 12 paintings sold. Helen found Marcus in the back room. Sitting. Overwhelmed. You did it, she said. This is a successful show. I don't know what to say. Say you'll keep painting. Because this is just the start. 2 years after the highway, Marcus moved into a small house. 2 bedrooms. A yard. A garage converted into a studio. He painted full-time. Sold pieces through Helen's gallery. Taught weekend classes at the community center. His work appeared in regional magazines. A few online features. Nothing huge, but steady. He wasn't rich, but he was comfortable. More than that, he was happy. Isaiah, his nephew, moved in. Teenager. Troubled home. Marcus gave him the second bedroom. Taught him to paint. Gave him structure. Love. Derek and Vanessa visited often. They had a daughter now. Emma. 2 years old. Marcus was her godfather. On Sundays they'd have dinner. Rotate houses. Cook together. Laugh. One Sunday Vanessa asked, "Do you ever think about that day? The highway?" Marcus smiled. "Every day. Changed everything. For us too," Derek said. "You reminded us that kindness isn't transactional. You didn't help Vanessa because you wanted something. You helped because it was right. And because of that," Vanessa added, "we learned to live the same way. To help without expecting anything back." Marcus looked at them. At Emma playing with blocks on the floor. At Isaiah sketching in the corner. "You gave me my life back," he said quietly. "I was just existing. Going through motions. You reminded me I could still create. Still matter." Derek raised his glass. To highways and second chances. They toasted. 5 years after the highway, Marcus's work hung in a museum. Small exhibit. Regional artists. But a museum. Patty's photo sat on his studio desk. He talked to her sometimes. Told her about the paintings. The sales. Isaiah's college acceptance. Emma's birthday parties. "I miss you," he'd say. "But I'm okay. We're okay." He believed she heard him. One afternoon, Marcus drove past the spot where he'd found Vanessa. He pulled over. Got out. The highway looked the same. Asphalt. Faded lines. Grass on the shoulder. But everything was different. He stood there, remembering. The smoking car. The white dress. The fear in her eyes. He'd stopped because it was right. Because someone needed help. He hadn't known it would lead here. To art. To family. To purpose. But that was the thing about kindness. You never knew where it went. What it built. Who it saved. Marcus got back in his truck. Drove home. Isaiah was in the studio. Working on a canvas. Getting good. "Dinner's in an hour," Marcus said. "Spaghetti." Isaiah grinned. "Garlic bread? If we have butter." They laughed. Later, after dinner, after Isaiah went to his room, Marcus stood in his studio. Alone. He picked up a brush. Dipped it in paint. Touched it to canvas. He painted a highway. Gold light. A white dress in the distance. But this time he added something new. A figure beside the bride. Helping her up. Steady. Strong. He painted until midnight. Until the image was right. He stepped back. Studied it. It wasn't just about the highway anymore. It was about every moment after. Every choice. Every kindness that rippled outward. He titled it The Beginning. Text appeared over the final image. Marcus Webb's work has been featured in galleries across the region. He continues to paint and teach, mentoring young artists from underserved communities. Vanessa and Derek Morrison run a nonprofit providing emergency assistance to strangers in need, inspired by the kindness they received and gave. Isaiah Webb graduated with honors and now studies art therapy, working with at-risk youth. Kindness doesn't always come with rewards, but sometimes, when we help without expecting anything, we receive more than we ever imagined. Not just gifts, but connection, purpose, a reason to keep going. For one janitor and one bride, a chance encounter on a highway became the beginning of something neither could have predicted. A reminder that stopping to help, even when it's inconvenient, can change everything. Final image. Marcus and Isaiah painting side by side in the studio. Sunlight through the windows. Laughter. Fade to black. If the story moved you, share it. If you know someone who needs encouragement, send it their way. These stories matter because they remind us who we can be when we choose kindness over convenience.